Welcome to Faith in 5, a weekly video devotional designed to discuss practical spiritual concepts in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Mark Vandella. So besides smiling, skiing is my favorite. It's truly like the place that I feel most at home. It may be a little bit too much to say this, but it is almost a spiritual experience for me. The mountains, the snow, it's like there's this flow that comes over me. I am in my flow state, if you will, when I'm riding on snow. And to be clear, it's on 2 skis, not a snowboard. I hope I didn't offend anyone there. But I love skiing, and I've had the opportunity to ski. I started when I was 3 years old. I've taken a lot of youth group trips, a lot of student skiing, and for a lot of them, it was like their first time trying, or they were, they hadn't been very often or whatever. They're young or whatever. And so oftentimes we'd teach them what to do, and then at the end of the day, everybody would always ask, like, how'd you do? How was your day? And the thing that I heard the most was, well, I didn't fall. And within reason, I had to kind of bite my tongue, because one of my mantras is, if you don't fall, you're not skiing hard enough. And see, now again, within reason, if you're just learning, maybe that is a great measuring stick. However, this is a mantra for me well beyond skiing. I have tried to learn to repeat over and over and over, if you don't fall, you're not trying hard enough. And that kind of helped me understand that failure is a part of this deal. And honestly, the only way we can be successful is if we first fail and learn from that. Think about a kid learning to walk. We don't, the first time they fall, say, well, no, you're just not a walker, sorry. Or a kid that takes a long time to learn to walk. Like, kids learn at different ages, at potty training, all these sorts of things. No, we celebrate those things. But then as we grow up, we start to see any time that we've fallen down, any time that life gets difficult, we see it as failure. And sometimes we conclude our value is attached to that failure rather than failure being an event. And I tell you this because we are in the middle of our Beautiful Things series, where we are taking a look at Brene Brown's research. She published it in her The Power of Vulnerability book. And she has this idea called wholehearted living, which to me basically means if we want to experience deep, meaningful lives, then we have to go through some of these things and, as she says, basically cultivate 10 different things. And one of her messages is we need to cultivate a resilient spirit. And so this week's video is called Falling Down. One of the most beautiful things in our lives is actually falling down, because when we fall, we learn. When we fall, we grow. And it's not just Brené's research. Obviously, studying humans and social interactions and the way we engage with this world is really important. But that is connected to our faith. One of my good friends and facilitating colleagues, Jody, talks often about a journey, a really difficult spot in her life. She actually was diagnosed with cancer, given not many years to live, and thankfully now is cancer-free. And for a number of reasons, she has just given that difficult news at the time and ongoing to God. And she actually shares often with me and with the groups of people that we do training with, her favorite verse, consider it pure joy. It comes from James 1:2-4. James says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. You've probably heard me share this before, because it's so important to deep, meaningful lives, but it's also so important in our faith journey. It goes on to say, let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete and not lacking in anything. See, the beautiful thing about falling down is that we learn, we grow, we improve, we become more empathetic to other people. Sharing some of the times that we've fallen down makes us more vulnerable and empathetic. It makes us more authentic, and it also increases our ability to be courageous when we share these stories. And so sometimes in our faith journey, I think we like to protect and hide some of that difficult stuff, because sometimes our faith, we think it just means that it's all the pretty, perfect stuff. And if we keep doing that, we will have inauthentic faith in our own lives, but we'll also perpetuate that in the lives of others. And that's clearly not what God wants. You can see it throughout the entire Bible. And so this week, as you live out your faith, as you consider how your faith kind of engages with your everyday life, consider it pure joy. Look for the places where you have fallen down or where you continue to fall down, and celebrate, pause, collect those moments, and start to learn to see the beauty in those things. Thanks for watching Faith in 5. If you like what you see, please like and share. If you're interested in making a donation to our ministry, please click the link below.